to get into our first story, we have a story according to the New York Times relating to what's going on in Ukraine and Russia. As just this morning, President Vladimir Putin made a national address and insisted that he would not pull back from his invasion of Ukraine. This suggests that the war in Ukraine could continue for a long time. His remarks came hours before President Biden was scheduled to speak in Poland. President Putin has also said that Russia would suspend its participation in the new START nuclear arms deal, the nuclear arms control treaty. Later today, President Biden is expected to deliver a speech in Warsaw. As I said, it relates to what's going on in Russia and Ukraine. Russia is a superpower in the world. They have a lot of power and situation regarding their artillery. So, I mean, the only thing I guess we could say is hopefully it doesn't last that long as opposed to what the article says. So, Jake, why don't you
Yes,
take us
indeed.
into the next story?
Yes. Shooting deaths over two NJ politicians reignite debate over whether new gun laws work. Less than 2 months ago, there was a sweeping gun reform that limits where guns could be carried in New Jersey. Multiple shootings, including two that resulted in the deaths of local elected officials, have shown the limits of policies designed to tamp down gun violence. Critics of Murphy's administration's ever-tightening gun laws say the recent shootings provide further evidence that government cannot legislate criminal behavior. But experts and advocates say that there isn't proof that the legislation isn't working. New laws focus primarily on limiting the places people are allowed to carry guns legally. It isn't clear whether the guns used in the separate killings of Saraville councilwoman Eunice Dumfour and Milford councilman Russell D. Heller were obtained legally. Neither of the places where these shootings occurred were restricted under the new law signed by Governor Phil Murphy.
Yeah, and I think regardless of what people believe regarding just the topic of gun control today, it's never really a good topic to cover these stories when people, especially of high political uh, essence, political power, are faced with this kind of tragedy. It's never okay, right? And it's really unfortunate that both of these incidences, like you just mentioned, Jake, they were really sudden and they're still ongoing, but they both happened as if these two council people were just heading home from regular day, right?
Yeah,
It could happen to anybody.
yeah, and I think when it comes to evaluating the efficacy of any sort of law, I think it's really important to have data in there. Some sort of methodology to it that kind of that accurately assesses kind of standards of efficiency, standards of like what like changes do we want to be seeing. So I think some attention there could be really interesting, some sort of report on, and I guess, if these laws are relatively new, it's going to be a while before, that data can even, it has to exist first for it
Of
to
course.
be studied.
Yeah, and I think we hear a lot about politicians running today. Some of their main running points, like if they get into office, is that they want to fight this epidemic
Mhm.
of gun violence, right? And based on the news we keep hearing about regarding these shootings, it's very difficult. It's very difficult to pinpoint how we exactly combat that. Even though if that's what everybody wants.
Yeah, not only that, for making, an assumption about how the law doesn't work just by two unfortunate tragic shootings, there needs to be a lot more research and evidence and data to
Mhm.
show if it is or isn't working. And that could take years.
Yeah, I mean, I think the number one thing we could do right now as young college students is to just uh, keep our eyes and ears open towards the news. And when these things happen, these shootings, we just have to hope that our elected officials and the people in power, responsible regarding that part of the law, that legislation,
Yeah.
cover it in the most optimal way possible.
Yeah, not only that, like as students, what we can do is just know how to stay safe and keep each other, like,
Mhm.
be each other's support system, and just to, have a buddy when you walk with you, know the exits in the building,
Exactly.
and just
Mhm.
all we can do is really stay safe.
Sure. That's exactly right, Lara. Can you please take us into the story regarding Montclair registration?
I guess I could.
I find it ironic that Jake is reporting this story because he's graduating.
He's graduating.
Yes.
Aw.
No. So you can be assured that I'm reporting on Montclair registration with the utmost impartiality. Uh, yes, so registration is coming. It'll be here before you know it. The fall 2023 course schedule will go live on Nest on Tuesday, March 14th. Registration will begin for both fall 2023 and winter 2024 on Thursday, March 30th. Don't forget, the summer session class schedule is live as well if you want to get ahead and knock out a class or two this summer. And also the summer session, it says that twice. If any students are interested in taking a summer class, the summer 2023 class schedule is live. It says that 3 times. The registration times are posted on the university website now. Students can also schedule appointments with their advisor, find out if they need a registration pin, and see if they have a hold on their account.
Okay, I'm sorry, I just jumped right in, but
Mhm.
as you all know, I host on the Friday Buzz, and I am known for having bones to pick and bees in my bonnets, and I have a bone to pick with registration, just because of how
Mhm.
messy it is.
Here's the thing. I remember the first time I registered, it was like it was chaotic. It felt like a war zone in the SEM. Just people trying to figure it out, but like once you just I don't know. Ever since, I've been able to figure it out pretty easily, and it's gone pretty smooth.
My thing is always when the website crashes.
Mhm.
That's bad. That's
what
really
I was
bad.
that's what I was getting at.
It's exhausting.
It is, and there's such a better way to do this. Like, for those who don't know, we register with 2 times, just depending on how many credits we have. So, for example, seniors with more credits will register at 9 a.m. on Friday, March 31st, I think,
Mhm.
and then seniors with less credits will register at 12 p.m.
The
So
thing with that, Lara, is sure those times are valuable, but you have to to know what classes you're taking are much better to be in the position than logging on when everybody else is on at the same time and going off the cuff.
that's why,
Mhm.
that's why you have to plan ahead. But at the same time,
No, yeah.
everybody is rushing to the website's called Banner that we use to register. Everyone's rushing to Banner at the same time, trying to get the classes they want, and oh no, the server can't handle it, so it crashes.
That's something I feel like the university can look into regarding maybe investing in a bigger provider for that.
I can tell you what they are doing though. They've invested a lot of money into Workday, which will be used to register in about 5 years. So I get very heated about this.
Hey, long-term investment. Maybe it'll pay off for the young
For the young
students of
My kids.
2032 or whatever.
Yeah, but also at the same time, it's like, sure, we can say like, well, why isn't the university putting money where we think it's supposed to go? Maybe it's more complicated to get like such a large amount of money to put it towards specific thing on campus. It might not be as easy as we think it is. Maybe.
That's fair. I just always have bees in my bonnets. I can't help it. I'm on the morning buzz.
No, I mean, I've just what do you call it? The Montclair newspaper covered recently how Williams Hall, the village, had pipes broken. and
Oh god, yeah.
People's stuff were missing like that. And President Capel said we're gonna put $1.5 million towards fixing that.
That makes sense though.
Yeah, which is good.
Yeah,
That's really good.
infrastructure is pretty important.
Yeah.
So, I mean, hopefully, I'm certainly not gonna make the same mistake I made last fall regarding not meeting with my advisor and just being stuck there with the crashing website,
Ugh.
sitting there saying, well, maybe these classes could work, maybe not, but we'll see.
Yeah.
No, I got a major request.
Good luck.
Thank you. But you guys been too, right?
Yeah.
God.
Oh man.
Like, not my problem. Have fun.
That's all I gotta say.
It's like, this is
Have fun.
entertaining.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Lucky for you, George, you won't have to deal with it anymore after this May.
Yeah,
After this
crazy.
May. According to SeekArticle.com, unveiling the world's largest edible cake dress. According to SeekArticle.com, a bride stepped onto stage wearing the world's largest wearable cake dress. This is a world record-breaking dress made by a team of talented pastry chefs and bakers. The dress was made from over 20 layers of cake flavors, including chocolate, vanilla, and red velvet, and was adorned with a range of edible embellishments. From the lace-like designs to the edible flowers, every aspect of the dress was carefully crafted to create a stunning and delicious work of art.
All right, which slice are we taking? I get dibs on the red
And
velvet.
how does
How
that
do
work,
you
though?
move? How do
does
you
that
move
work?
in this?
Can we first ask the question? What is the reason?
I want
What is
vanilla.
the purpose of this?
Well, I mean, I mean, not the article doesn't specify why, but it comes down to people being the center of attention on this night.
I was gonna say she's just trying to make a statement, but I think she's gone a little too far.
but it's like,
But
what?
make that your wedding cake. Don't make that the thing that you wear.
yeah, it'd be
Nah.
cool as just a standalone
That's-
wedding cake, like on the table
That's
kind of
the
thing.
floor. You
No,
walk
no,
the-
no.
you walk the floor.
I
Yeah.
think it's a sleigh. I think it's a sleigh. I think she served.
I need to see the cake.
I think
need
I
to
want
I
to
see
think
it.
this is
She
great.
served. Good one.
This is incredible.
Imagine like you're just hungry at your wedding and then you just go, oh my gosh, my cake dress. That's like the lower half. I just like take a little nibble, like
a little nibble.
yeah, like a little snack.
What happens if you eat most of it, Lara?
Oh well.
What happens?
Uh-oh.
Don't worry, I can't eat that whole thing by myself. Like
Yeah, there's plenty.
the whole skirt is the dress, so don't worry.
Wait,
I can't eat all that.
I just looked it up right now.
289 pounds?
289 pounds
Cake.
of
Is
cake.
that legit?
I don't.
How do you move in that?
Okay, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I just looked
And-
it up as well, and this it
and remem-
says this cake dress weighed 131.15 kilograms, which
Slay.
And you know how the groom is not supposed to see the wedding dress? Imagine you're like
Really?
standing there and then you just turn around and then she's just wearing cake.
Ooh.
Slay.
You know?
This reminds me of these things we see on social media sometimes, where we see like anything like a phone or something, and just a knife comes in. And
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
it,
yeah.
and
Like,
it's
is
a
it cake? Exactly. Is it real or is it cake?
Is it dress or cake? We'll never know.
it's cake.
We'll change the show to
And-
say yes to the cake.
That floor,
Say yes to the cake
they
dress.
must trust in their genders a lot to clean that, to keep that floor clean with
Mhm.
an edible dress moving like on it.
Actually,
What venue allowed this?
probably somewhere in Britain. Just kidding.
No, actually, it says. Wait, actually, I'm not sure,
Switzerland.
but it says the
Mm.
bakers from Switzerland.
Oh, hold up. It's getting fuzzy. But I don't think she moved. She just like stood there.
Oh, it says was unrevealed. That's not the correct word. Unrevealed at the Swiss World Wedding Fair on January 15th in Switzerland's Bern. But I'm not sure when it was actually utilized.
That looks
Mm.
delicious.
It was utilized.
I'm
It sounds really
hungry.
good. I mean,
like when you think
red
about
velvet, chocolate, and vanilla. Come on.
200-pound cake.
My goodness.
That's a lot.
Ew.
That's a lot.
Imagine that in your stomach all at once.
Well, I
Ew.
mean, it's like
Well,
a
it was
skirt.
outside.
Oh, it was
He's
outside.
wearing it.
Yeah, it's like a skirt. Yeah,
the,
like
the
a
Guinness
long-
World Records Instagram post of the cake has over 2 million likes.
part.
Well,
2 million.
When was that? 2 million likes? Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Good for the cake.
good for the cake.
And the model too, I guess. But good for the cake.
Yeah.
I mean, this is, I guess you could say, like it is a nice fashion take, right?
Oh wait, you can move in it.
Suppose.
Yeah. I mean,
How?
Indiana Express, according to Indiana Express,
On wheels.
quote, to make sure that the dress stays in place as the model walks in it, wheels were fitted at the
Oh,
dress's
wheels.
bottom to allow more movement and evenly distribute the dress's weight, end quote.
my gosh, there couldn't be.
It
a
had to be
sadder-
like something on wheels.
I'm gonna eat it.
Say yes to the dress, but only if
Say
it's a cake
yes.
dress.
Say yes to the cake dress.
I'm hungry.
Yeah. Okay. That's really
I want
interesting.
some cake.
That's pretty tasty.
Cake would be nice.
Yeah, it's like if for our listeners listening on audio, it's like this. In the photo, you can see the bride and people cutting pieces off, and you can see like the icing and like the actual like chocolatey cake part underneath all the icing, and it's almost like the bride is herself is like a cake, but she's the person wearing a cake dress, which is, it's a nice, I guess, fashion outfit. Just like I just said.
It would be more of a slay if she got married in it, and then they just had cake like right after at the ceremony.
Yeah.
That'd be high if just
Mhm.
like she just stands there while they cut the cake.
Yep. She's like, feed me, peasants.
Okay, well, Lara, there's probably a lot of great wedding venues in the state of Florida, right?
There is, but speaking of getting married, Rebel Wilson announced his engagement to girlfriend. They said yes.
Who is that?
So Rebel Wilson was in Pitch Perfect and a bunch of
Pitch
other
Perfect,
movies.
yeah.
Yes. So congratulations, Rebel Wilson and Ramona Agruma. And happy
nice.
marriage, happy engagement. Hope one of you guys wears a cake wedding dress.
Yes.
But yeah.
That'd be iconic.
I
Where
agree.
could their wedding be?
Maybe in the state of Florida, the Sunshine State.
Oh my god. Very, very good transition. I loved it. But yes, we do have our, trademark Florida man story for today. The one and only Florida man, what did he do this time? A Florida man used a stolen rental car for DoorDash deliveries. The arrest affidavit stated that he had told the officer that he was using the vehicle to deliver food via DoorDash and intended to return it in March. WFLA reported that the man was arrested and charged with grand theft. So I guess I don't know. Good intentions did not count.
My man was playing GTA in real life. Like,
Okay.
And, I guess when you have to have like registration for that car.
Yeah.
You can't just borrow. I mean, unless you have like a
steal a car to do DoorDash delivery.
But it's fine. He's gonna return it in March. You don't
when?
understand.
Yeah.
Is it March 1st, March 30th? Like
In March.
I'm trying to see what kind of car.
I stole the car, but don't worry, I'll return it. It's no,
Next
Yeah,
month, I got
I was
you.
gonna give it back, guys.
Like, come on. I remember that. Do you guys? Okay, so we reported a story a while ago. I think it was on Tuesday. It was our first weird news of the semester, and it was about a DoorDasher.
climbing through the window.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
I was here for that. I remember.
Climbing
Person,
through the
a
window.
DoorDash driver experienced a customer climb through the window to retrieve
Yeah.
Yeah.
to retrieve her thing.
Same energy.
Yeah.
Same energy. I hope this was the same like DoorDash order, where the customer went through the window, and then it turns out the DoorDasher was driving a stolen car.
No,
How would they know?
Lot-
The
How would
customer
they know
has a
that?
stolen house, so they're just hiding.
Not a stolen.
That's why they went through the
house.
window, because they don't have a key.
Yeah.
It was a 2019 Nissan Sinatra sedan. Thank you,
Mm.
Emil.
I got you.
it's a nice car.
Nissan sedan.
It's a new car to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Probably.
I
has
wonder how
car-
he stole it.
Yeah.
Probably
You
got
know.
jump started it,
Maybe it was just something like that, but I feel like, I don't know, if he was intending on returning it, I don't know. I feel like there has to be some relation there. I feel like you can't just return a car you stole off the street. Even though I've never stolen a car, so I don't know the etiquette.
Yeah.
The
The etiquette.
But also, don't you have to input information when you? I don't know.
Steal a
Here-
car.
I mean,
Not when you steal a car. When you.
when you do a DoorDash delivery.
Yeah, when you
Oh,
sign up for
right,
all
right.
that.
I've actually looked into the application. When you do a DoorDash or Uber Eats, I believe they only ask you for your driver's license number. I've never
Driver's
gotten
license
past
number.
that phase. It's a possibility that there's another phase where they, after doing a background check, maybe you get cleared and maybe they ask for your car info afterwards, but
Mhm.
I don't know.
yeah. I mean, when I ordered Uber Eats in the past, it showed me my verification was the last 4 digits of my phone number to show to my driver to show we're on the same page. I'm not getting someone else's delivery, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
But
Interesting.
yeah, but that's I mean, how would a person know though that the car's stolen if they get deliveries? Right?
Well, I mean, they wouldn't know. This wouldn't be
Yeah.
anything out of the ordinary for the.
I don't
person.
care where you got your car. Just give me my
Give me my-
nuggets.
That's
I
so
know.
true. Nah, I got Uber Eats I think a week or two ago, and I got it from a place with some really good shakes,
Mm.
and I got some fries as well. But then I got my order, and my shakes were no there. So I had
Exactly. No. That happened. That happened to me as well, Lara.
my peanut butter shakes
No.
were not
No.
there.
And it's
Someone
like,
stole
no.
a car and then stole the shake.
Exactly.
That's not it. That's besides like outside of the question out of the driver. It's like if you're picking up somebody's food, you see there's 2 shakes there or 1, and you
Mhm.
don't get them.
Aiden, I
Mhm.
got 2 shakes. And then I went to the guy. I'm like, "Oh, hey, I didn't get my shakes." He's like, "Oh,
Oh yeah, call the restaurant. Call the restaurant.
yeah, no,
Dang, bro.
I did. And
Give
speaking
a
of
call.
calling,
Give
that's
a
so
call.
funny. But I'm gonna let that's really funny. I'll deal with that. Keep going, guys.
If you want
Yeah.
something done right, do it yourself.
Yeah, I mean that's the problem I have with Uber Eats is like it's like if you're gonna order stuff,
Mhm.
that's a risk because you might not get what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning
Yeah.
you might pay for a shake and not get it.
You'll get the shake. I
No
personally
shake.
don't order from any of these kinds of places just because I don't trust it. Because clearly, like, I'm not gonna say one person represents all of DoorDash, but like, if someone's willing to steal a car, who knows what they're willing to do to my food?
Mm-hmm.
As in, they could consume it, or they could steal it like they stole a car.
Yeah, you're gonna order a shake and you're gonna get orange juice instead.
And
I
then
don't trust it. I'd rather,
George's worst nightmare.
I'd rather pick up the food myself. They also
I can't
charge.
think of a worse thing that could happen to me.
imagine
Right?
getting food and then they just throw orange juice at you, and all you could say is just stop.
But
Just
what
stop.
And then you
George,
crawl back in your
Alright,
house
George.
through a window.
how about you're on a trivia show about the history of orange juice?
History of orange juice?
Trivia show, history of orange juice.
No,
No thanks.
no.
And they just also charge a lot of fees and delivery fees, and then they charge taxes, and they charge like literally $20 in fees at that
Yeah.
point. And
Yeah.
then like a lot of people pay for a subscription where you don't have to pay the fees. And then I don't know, I'd rather just spend my $20 a week on gas money
Hmm.
and pick
Mhm.
it up myself and just pay for the food, and that's it. I don't want to pay anything more than that.
Well, I mean that's fair, Elizabeth. And for people on campus, we do have tons of different food options here just to choose from without worrying about, well, is it going to be right or not? I
Mhm.
mean, there's a risk in that, but you don't have to worry about like paying for, like, you just got to pay for it, but you don't have to worry about like going outside waiting for it to deliver. You just go places all around campus here and get I'd say the same quality food, right? So that's another interesting idea when we're thinking about our food options. And this has been 90.3 WMSC Montclair with the Morning Buzz, the Tuesday edition. And my name's been Aidan Ivers. We've been joined by Jake Goetz, our co-host, our newscaster Elizabeth Godoy, our sportscaster George Calasia, our segment host Emily McCormack, and our producer Lara Zaccardi. Thank you very much, listeners, for tuning in. And tune in for 9 at a Times with our segment host Emily McCormack. And tune in tomorrow with a different crew, same time, same place, and enjoy your Tuesday.
Bye.